Former Hamworthy First School pupil Ben Clark had his sights set on Olympic glory and had spent the past 10 months training with world-class swimming coaches in Australia, until an accident at Sandbanks Beach left him with shattered vertebrae and facing the rest of his life in a wheelchair.
Leading up to that day, you were at the beach that day with your friend, were you?
Yeah, I was there with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Had pretty much the whole day there. It was about middle of the afternoon. I decided that it was really hot, so I thought, go and cool off in the sea. Ran in, did a Baywatch, and dove into the water. I must have hit my head on either a rock or some very hard sand or something. And I blacked out for about 30 seconds. And then when I came round, I was face down in the water and realised that I couldn't move any of my body from my neck downwards. So I decided I had to do something about it, because I couldn't just lay there and just expect someone to come and help me. So I forced myself to turn my head over, although I knew it might cause me more damage, to call for help. Luckily for me, my girlfriend wasn't too far away. She came in and she turned me over, and then I managed to come round enough to be able to boss everybody around, tell everybody what to do.
You're a lifeguard, aren't you? So
I'm a qualified lifeguard.
You know the dangers.
Yeah.
And you still remembered all of that despite hitting your head and passing out.
It's just one of those things, like when I've had to help people in the past in lifeguard, and you just snap into that mode and don't care about anything else. You just want to help them. So obviously I wanted to help myself, so I just snapped into that mood again.
Did you immediately think that something serious was wrong?
Yeah, as soon as it happened, I instantly knew I had spinal problems, because I couldn't move from my neck downwards. So I made sure nobody moved my head, make sure my spine was in line the whole time.
Ben was initially treated at Poole Hospital before being transferred to Southampton, where surgery was undertaken to replace his shattered vertebrae with a bone from his hip.
At the time, they were saying that I might not move again at all. I might not move my arms or anything.
That must have been incredibly scary for you.
Yeah. I instantly, I was like, oh, God. Like, what's going to happen now, sort of thing. But as the days went on, I started to get more arm movement and that, and became a bit more confident in what I was going to do. And then eventually they sort of saw that I had arm movement back, and then they went from saying I wasn't going to move again to saying I wasn't going to walk again, which is also quite a scary prospect, really. I seem to have coped quite well with that.
After the surgery, Ben returned to Poole Hospital before being transferred to the Duke of Cornwall Spinal Injuries Unit at Odstock, where his treatment and therapy continue.
I've loved it every second I've been here, yeah. The team here are absolutely brilliant. Get physio and occupational therapy every day. Lots of talks, lots of mingling with the other patients, getting to know their stories, their progress, and people who are at much different stages to me, people who are ready to go back home, people who are halfway through their therapy, and obviously people that are a lot worse off than me and people that are a lot better off than me.
I bet you've seen some quite inspiring stories.
Yeah, very inspiring stories, yeah.
What's the prognosis now? Now what are they saying? From saying that you wouldn't move again to...
Well, here they've said nothing. They said anything's possible. You know, they've had complete, people who've almost severed their spine completely, and who have walked again, and who have got on with their lives normally, and then they've had people that are completely opposite. So, with the spinal cord, it's so hard to tell. It's just a minefield of what's possible. So they're not really sure. So
in your own mind?
Oh, I'm going to walk again. Definitely. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It might take another couple of weeks. It may take another couple of years. It may take a couple of decades. But I'm definitely going to walk again. Yeah, I'm determined.
Fantastic attitude. Have you managed to stay positive all the way through it? Has it been known in your mind?
Yeah, I haven't had a day where I haven't thought that. Definitely. Looking towards going to the Olympics, I had a real good chance of doing it. My friend, who wasn't too far off my times, just qualified first for the Commonwealth Championships. I was like, could have been there. Which is, I'm really pleased for him, but obviously I'm quite disappointed for myself. But now I'm looking towards the Paralympics, obviously, because that's the next option, 2012. Can't wait.